So, hello everybody, welcome back, and I hope you guys are doing good. And this is lesson number 2 on tips and tricks on how to crack interviews, right? We have just completed tips and tricks 1, which was started at 7 p.m., and we just completed it at 9:05 or something. And now we are in our another session, tips and tricks part 2, where we are going to understand some more details about how to, answer questions in interviews or how to crack interviews, right? That's what we're going to discuss here. So it's gonna be a long session, like maybe 2 hours, because there will be so many doubts which will be upcoming, and I have to answer all of those. And I have some things which I need to discuss with my personal experience. So all of these things will be there, and I hope this session will also go really good, like the earlier session went. And I believe that you guys will learn a lot from this. Okay, so hello everybody, welcome back. So I'm gonna just introduce myself. If you guys are new, and my name is Ritwik Raj, and I'm a corporate trainer. I've also worked as a subject matter expert and a research analyst in most of the edtech companies, and I have 3+ years of teaching experience, and I have trained graduates and corporate employees from Edison and Capgemini. I've trained more than 30K students till now. It is increasing day by day. Subjects which I take is mostly into front-end development, back-end languages, database languages, and some tips and tricks on how to crack interviews, right? So basically the guidelines on interview preparation. That's what I'm taking right now. I've already taken one front-end playlist which is going on, and I've covered many languages there: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, frameworks, and advanced JavaScript and all. So try to see that what is that front-end playlist and how is it going. Give a look and check out whether you are finding it easy or understandable or not, right? So please do that. And can anybody please just let me know if I'm audible, if everything is fine, if the screen and audio, everything is fine. Just give me a yes or just a thumbs up. Anything will work, right? So please do let me know. And I have a very good news for you that you can use my code RIT10 to get a free level sample test paper. And if you do not know what is the level, don't worry. I'm going to just explain you what is the level in just 1 minute. Uh, but if you have already known about Relevel, then you must be knowing that you have to give an actual test, right? So to help you out with that, we are providing a free level sample test paper, which will help you in guiding what are the important questions or what are the types of questions which can be asked in the actual test, correct? Also with this, I also wanted to tell you that, sorry, I'm planning to come up with one of the session in which I'll be discussing about Relevel questions from front end thing, right? From front end development test, what all questions. So I will just take 15 or 20 questions from there, and I'll be discussing about that so that you will get an idea on what kind of questions will be asked, whether the questions will be from DSA or not, whether the question from CSS or JavaScript, and if it is from JavaScript, then what kind of questions will be asked. These all things I'll be sharing with you, which will be directly from Relevel, right? So just stay calm. I'll be coming up with those sessions, and you will get notified about it, right? Okay, so now let me introduce you to Relevel, because many of you do not know about it if you guys are new here. So let me just introduce what is Relevel to you, right? Now, basically, many a times candidates miss out on great opportunities due to multiple reasons, and that is why Unacademy came up with this product, which is Relevel. Now, the reason of this is basically what happens many a times. Students are from different degree, or they have done bachelor's in BSc or BCom or BCA, and they want to move into IT field. They have the skills, they have the talent, they know how to work with it, but still many of the MNC companies want such candidates who have done B or B Tech, right? So that is one thing because of which they're not being able to get a call for the interview or getting hired. The another thing is most of the uh, BTech graduates or BA graduates are from Tier 3 college, and most of the MNC companies and top companies are calling candidates from Tier 2 or Tier 1 because they want the best candidates, right? But they do not know that in Tier 3 college also they can get a best of the best students because they have those skills. So these are the reasons that many of the good students also lack opportunities, and they did not get a chance to get interview, right? And that's why we are introducing Relevel. This is India's first test hiring platform, which is helping job seekers find their dream jobs on the basis of their skill and talent. So only on the basis of the skill and talent, we are going to give you an opportunity to get placed in your dream company. Okay. Now, what is happening inside it? What are the benefits? Let's talk about that. So there's a test which you need to give. The test is totally free. So you can give this test. This test will be of 1,000 marks. You have to score above 700 marks to basically get eligible and to pass, so that your profile will be created and it will be shared among over 50 plus companies, including top startups and unicorns. Uh, and you will get 1,000 plus job positions across business development, backend development, and front end development. So that will be a high chance that you will get interviewed, because they're not going to ask you your college degree or a college name, anything such like that. So with Relevel, you are in a unique position to invite interest from companies instead of hunting for opportunities on your own, right? Now that's all about Relevel, but how to register in it, how you can go ahead and say that, I want to give this test. So in the description, in the video description, you can find a link there. You can click on it. That is going to take you to level.com. And once you go there, you'll be able to find a sign up button, register button, where you have to put down your mobile number, and OTP also will be coming. So you have to put down that as well, right? Now, once you do that, you will be getting to this particular page where you have to choose the test of your choice. So you have to choose whether you want to go to and give front-end development test, or you want to give business development test. Once you select this choice, after that you have to book a slot when you want to give the level test. So slots are limited, so I suggest you to book it fast. Okay, then fill in the details, all the full name, email ID, birth year, current state, and all of these things. Select your gender as well, and after that you have to put down the referral code, which is the coupon code which we have shared, RIT10, right? Once you use this RIT10 coupon code, click on apply, click on create account, your account will be created. Remember that if you're not using any coupon code, then your sample paper will not come here. Okay, so once you use the coupon code and you get your account, you will get a sample paper, download the sample paper, get an idea what kind of questions will be asked in your actual test, and then you are ready to go for your interviews or getting hired, right? So please register it for right away, because as I told, slots are limited. So I suggest you to book it fast. And if you've already registered, then all the best for the actual test. If you have not done it, if you are not very sure that you can score a good mark in your actual test, maybe you're not upskilled enough, right? So you have to upskill yourself. You have to go to playlist of CodeBeyond channel. You have to check out all their videos, all the educators, what they are teaching in which field, CP, DSA, Python, SQL, backend, all these things are going on. Go ahead and check out those. Check out what all things are there, upskill yourself, and then when you're ready in 1 month, come back and register for Relevel, right? Okay, now you can join the Telegram channel as well, so that you will have notifications on all the educators when they're coming live with what topic at what time. So everything will be updated in the Telegram channel. So link is given in the description. Please click on it and join it, right? Also, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is CodeBeyond, because more number of people will get to know about it, and more number of videos will want to create for this channel, right? Also, please like and share, so that most of the people will get to know about it, that these live sessions are going on and these are of utmost use, right? So please do that, so that it will reach to more and more number of people. So we are in our tips and tricks part 2, and we are going to understand a lot of things here about cracking interviews. I'm just going to take some 2 to 3 minutes more, just waiting for some other people to join, so that they can also get advantage of this session, right? And they should not miss out on any particular topic, right? Okay, so just waiting for 2 minutes. And if you have any questions till now, you can just ask me. You can put it down in the live chat. I'll just read it and I'll answer it up, right? Now in this session, we are going to mostly understand about the interview questions which is asked, not the non-technical, not the technical, but the non-technical ones. Okay, and how to answer those questions, and also how you can start coding in your field, and also how to crack a technical interview, how to pass a technical interview. So let's get started with that. Okay, now the question is how to crack a technical interview, right? Now this question is really very interesting, because there are a lot of things which you need to understand when you're talking about how to crack a technical interview, right? Now we are talking about some of the things, and we are going to talk about these in detail. Okay, so first of all, what we are going to see is the technology stack. Okay, the next thing we are going to talk about is ask yourself. Okay, the next thing which we are going to talk about is start preparing. The next thing we are going to talk about is interview day preparations. And the last thing we are going to talk about is clearing the interview rounds. Fine. So these are the 5 things which we are going to talk about today. And not only this, but we are also going to take all your doubts and questions, which are whatever will be coming, so that you will get to know how it should be done. Okay. Please collect all the questions in the live chat and just wait for my particular turn to come back and look at the live chat, right? I'll be taking all the questions and I'll make sure that I'll take all the questions. But right now, let's understand some of the facts about it. Okay. Now, we will talk about all these things, right? We'll talk about all these things. But don't you think I should give you some idea about some of the things which are really, really important, right? How to crack a technical interview. Uh, Obviously, we should be knowing about technology stack. Let's say that C programming language, Java programming language, maybe some DSA concepts, maybe web development, something, right? Ask yourself is something like when you want to ask whether you want to go ahead and do coding, whether you want this particular job or not. Start preparation means you can start preparation from tutorials or maybe from watching videos or maybe by your own, right? All those things. Maybe by buying a book, it can be anything. Interview day preparations means all the questions, not only technical questions, but the non-technical questions, because it's not about all the technical part that you know technical part, you're gonna get selected. No, it's all about communication. It's all about uh, uh, soft skills. It's all about patience. It's all about confidence, right? So, and also luck. So these things are there in interview day. Then clear the interview rounds. You have to clear one by one all the interview rounds. These things are there, right? We will discuss about all these things, but I just want to talk about some more important things which I think you will find interesting. So, uh, there are some skills which are really very important when you talk about going into a job. So first of all, that is googling. Okay, what is this googling? So obviously googling means when you are using Google any and every time. Okay, now let's give you a scenario, right? What is googling? It's not only when you're stuck in a problem and you're searching for its solution. Not only that, uh, it's basically anything. Let's say that you in a normal world, you are talking to your friend, right? In normal life, you're in a normal day, you're just talking to your friend, and your friend used a word, right? A very difficult word. Okay, a very difficult word. And this word you do not know the meaning, okay? But the sentence where he used the word, you able to understand what he was talking about, right? But this word will be in your mind. This word will be now in your mind because you know it, your friend knows it, but you don't know it, right? So this particular word will be there in your mind even after your friend has gone to his home and you have reached your home. Till then, this word will be there in your mind, and you'll be thinking that how come he knows this word and suddenly he used this, but I don't know about it. So let me search for it. Let me just search for it. What is the meaning of it? So you'll open dictionary or maybe in your mobile, because a lot of times in your mobile only you'll search. You'll search about this word, right? And you'll get to know its meaning, right? You do not want to do that, because without knowing that word also you will be living your life, and what's there in that? But you're very curious, because you want to know what he knows. I want to know that, right? Same thing happens in everyone's life, right? If you are in a place where you're working, you will see others and you will say that okay, he can do it, why I can't do that, right? That's what happens, right? And every time whenever you see that person what he is doing, you will again go back home and you will start searching for that field. You will start searching that how to become a data analyst because my friend is data analyst, how to become that particular person because he knows it, right? Now it's something like dekha dekhi karna, right? Because you're looking into them and you're seeing that okay, he's doing a very good job and I'm very interested in that. Now there are two situations. One, that money matters, where money comes in. Second, skills matters. Now if your friend is earning money with that skill, more money than you will be jealous of him. Maybe not jealous, but in the back of the head, you'll be thinking that I should get that job because I can do it if he can do it. And if he's getting paid by getting that work, why I can't do that? That's something which you are thinking about money. Okay. But here comes the skill. What is the skill? That even if he's getting less, but the work which he is doing is very interesting. He is getting less than me, but the work which he is getting is very amazing, what I am not doing. So you can get jealous of his skills as well. And many a times this will help you a lot, not this one. Okay. So skill is something which you want to get. And if if you're getting jealous from the skills which others are having, and if you want to do it, again, go ahead and do it. So what you will do, you'll go to Google, you'll start searching for it, right? You'll start searching for it. You'll start searching that what he is doing, what is it called as, how to become something like what he is doing, how to become maybe a data scientist, what are the procedures, what I have to do, how much cost it will be, or whether it is free of cost. I can do it using YouTube as well. These things you will research about, right? And you will not plan for it. You will not say that 3 to 4 p.m. I'll Google. No, right? You just starts Googling, correct? Now this is called as something which is Googling, right? Now this Googling thing is a very, very important skill to have for a developer, because developers do copy and paste codes from here and there, right? Stack Overflow is like the everything for a developer, right? And we do Google things, we do copy and paste. So if anybody is telling you that, hey, please do not copy and paste, I think nobody will tell you in the IT industry, because some Google copy and pasting is something, Googling is something which is termed as a skill in IT industries. You should be having this skill. Now you'll be saying that, what is there in skill in Googling? You can just type something in Google and you get the result. No, trust me, it's not that. Okay. Now I'll tell you a fact. So many a times, suppose you are designing something, you are in a company and you're designing something, you want to create something, but somewhere you're getting stuck. Let's say that you want to pass some values from backend to front end, or maybe you want to pass some values from front end to backend, but whatever knowledge you have is not enough to do that. So you're going to search. You're just going to search in Google that how to pass values from front end to backend, right? You'll get a lot of results, right? But obviously you're searching wrong thing. You're not specifying in the question which particular backend language you're using, or in the front end which language you're using. So you're not searching a very good question there which will give you a correct answer. You have to again type it down. You have to again reframe the question. You have to say that if I'm using Python and front end and I'm using WordPress or something else, if I want to pass a value, I want to fetch a value, how do I do that? You'll get some results in Stack Overflow. You'll start copying that code and pasting it in your code, but still it doesn't work. This is not a skill which you have. You are not being able to find out the exact solution because the question which you are putting down in the Google is wrong. So whatever you want the answer, you're not being able to Google it. You're not being able to find the answer of it. This practice, this particular skill comes with practice. Okay. So anytime, what I'm trying to say is, anytime you have a difficulty in solving a question, do not go and ask to a senior. Do not go and ask to a trainer. Do not go and go ask and to a particular person who is guiding you. Don't do that. Start Googling. Start searching for its answers. Start searching what is given in the Google. How you're going to find a correct answer, that's what will give you this skill of Googling. And this is a very important skill, guys. Why I'm telling you? Because in nowadays, there is no such interviews where there is no task given. In every interview, they are going to give you a task. Okay. Most of these startup companies, MNC companies, are giving you a task to complete. It will be given in a PDF. You have to just do this task. Okay. Now, doing this task is not very hard. Doing this task is not hard. This is very simple. It's just that you need to Google. If you Google, when you Google, you will not find the exact answer to this task, but you will get some hints from here and there. You have to just get all the hints from different websites, and you have to add it. You have to combine together and you can create this, you can solve this task. So that skill will only come when you're practicing, when you're doing Googling, right? Please do let me know if you are with me. If you think that I'm talking correct about this part, right? Give me a thumbs up if you know, if you think that this particular uh, thing which I've told you is very, very important to understand, right? Okay. How to crack aptitude, any shortcut tricks? Hemant Rimal, how to crack aptitude? Let me tell you one thing, my personal experience, which I was using in my in my days when I was moving into on campus placement. So what I was doing, I'll just tell you. Okay, it's kind of a story, but I'll just try to explain you in a better way. Okay, so I'm not going to remove this red part, and I'll just explain you, Hemant, what is it, how to crack aptitude in any shortcut tricks. Okay, now you go with the logic in everything, go with the logic, go with the thing which is happening around you. So if you know, an aptitude paper or any online aptitude exam will have a cutoff, right? At our time there will be a cutoff, and I think COVID is now gone, so many companies are coming into the colleges, and I think cutoff is still there, right? So maximum to maximum 60 to 70% of cutoff is there in all of these papers, right? Now, do not work hard, work smartly. You know that some of the aptitude topics which are very, very important is maybe profit loss, right? Maybe probability, right? Maybe SICI, compound interest, in these all things, and then percentage, right? And then maybe mixtures, allegations. It's not that important, but yeah, one or two questions can be asked from this area. And permutation combination. Or maybe one more from train, speed, distance, and all, STD, SDDT, right? These all are the important topics from where most of the questions can be asked, right? And there are some topics where from where only one or two questions can be asked. Uh, there are some topics like that. Right now, it's not coming to my mind. But yeah, there are some topics which will have, only one question or two questions will come from this part. Okay, do not touch this. Don't even waste your time in these, right? Do not even go there. Just make your basics very strong in these portions, in these topics. Let's say that you are getting 25 questions in your aptitude, right? Two question is from profit, two question from probability. From every of these topics there are two questions, right? And from these only one questions. If you're not solving these questions, how many questions you have not solved? Only four. How much marks you'll get? Let's say 20. Let's say 20. 21. Let's say one of the questions have been wrong here. How much percent marks you have got? 80%. Right? Obviously you're going to crack this. Obviously you're going to go ahead of the cutoff. So all the important concepts, all the important questions, you need to have a basic idea of it. If any question will come from profit and loss, I'm being able to solve it. If any question will come from percentage, I'll being able to solve it. Now, how to prepare yourself for that? So what you have to do? So what you have to do? Let me just tell you what I did. So basically, it was really very hectic for me when I was preparing for this, because aptitude is such a very hard thing for me, because I was not a fan of aptitude. Okay. So what I did, let's understand what is happening. 1 second. Okay. Sorry. So yeah. Okay. So let's understand. Now, what I did is, my first company was TCS. Okay. And at that time, when I passed out, there was a lot of major hiring, and uh, most of the candidates were getting removed in the first or second round. Okay. So I was the one who did not clear even aptitude. Okay. And I was in shock that I did not clear aptitude. I was in real shock. because I was knowing that I can clear aptitude, at least clear aptitude. Technical, so I don't even know. I was having no idea about technical, so I was not worrying about that. But aptitude, I was very sure. Why? Because at that time, campus placement was happening, and we were all sitting in one room, and we used to just see each other's answers. And once we see each other's answers, you will be able to answer everything, right? We did the same thing at that time, but obviously I did not get selected in aptitude. So at that time I thought that this is not the correct way to crack an interview. The correct way to do this is to learn aptitude, and that's how we can do this. So what I did, I segregated these topics. All these topics I kept it at one corner, and I said that every day I'm going to take out these 7 chapters. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? So I'm going to take it from 4 to 6 a.m. Only 2 hours. Okay. The rest of the day I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the same schedule what I was having, like going to the college, doing some things, doing some projects, coming back and taking rest, playing badminton, going home. That's what I was doing, right? But 4 to 6 a.m. I was making sure that Sunday I'll do some solve some problems of profit and loss. Monday I'll solve some problems on probability. Another day I'll solve some problems on this, then this, then this, then this. I did this for 2 to 3 weeks. After that, Wipro came and I cleared my aptitude round. Okay, I cleared my aptitude round. And trust me, after that, once you clear one aptitude round, you'll be very confident enough that the next companies, whatever will come, you'll be able to clear aptitude round. Because now you know the concept, you know the things, what you should be doing here. And you will be leaving all the questions for which you don't know any answer. And you'll be very frank about it, because I've not known about this, so I'll just leave it. That's what you will do, correct? So that's how you're going to solve this, and that's how you're going to get ahead cutoff, and you're going to get the get crack in this round, at least this round, right? But after a pro aptitude round, I was having group discussion, and I was not knowing about group discussion because I only prepared about 2 to 3 weeks only about aptitude, and that's why in the group discussion nothing happened. Okay, so I was not knowing about group discussion. Then I understood that okay, for group discussion also I have to do some strategy, I have to follow some strategy. At that time group discussion used to happen, right? So for group discussion again I planned some strategy, and I thought that okay, these are the things which I should be knowing. Do let me know if you want me to answer what are the strategies you need to follow when you're moving into a group discussion. I don't know right now if it happens or not, because it's a long time that on campus placements are not happening. So please do let me know if you want me to answer how to, what strategies you can follow to crack a group interview or a group discussion round. Okay, otherwise let's move to the next question. So sir, how to manage time during interview? How to manage time during interview? Dhanush, how to manage time in the sense solving a question, you have a time limit and that time, or what? Because if you talk about a face-to-face interview, there is no time limit. That interviewer should tell you how to manage time. So please clarify the question, and then I'll be able to help you. Okay. Uh, Meanwhile, I'll just move ahead and talk about these portions. Okay. Now, Googling is one of the things which I told you is very, very important, right? So that is also one of the skill which you should be knowing, right? And another thing is, when you're sitting for an interview, interviewers should feel like you are special. Okay, you are somebody special. Now, how you can make them feel that you are special? Maybe by your projects, maybe by your skills. It can be a technical skill, it can be a non-technical skill, or maybe just by your presence. Now understand what does these things are saying about projects, in the sense, obviously company is not only looking for you, they are hiring many more candidates, and they will be getting up every day so many candidates, right? What is so unique about you? What is the project which you have done so unique that will not be done by any other particular candidate? That kind of project you have to create. uh, what will happen if you do that? Once in a while, in front of interviewers eyes, you will be in a special corner. Okay, other 50 students are in one corner, you are in other corner. With you, more two people are there. So, but you are not in that 50 crowd, right? You are in the minimal crowd. You have the chance to get hired, right? So be in that crowd, be in the minimal crowd where your interviewer brain is working there, right? Not in the 51, because in that you are obviously getting rejected. Skills in the sense your communication skills should be really great. The way you're talking, the way you are smiling, the way you are presenting yourself, the way you are being confident the whole 1 hour or how much time the interview is going on. Even if you're not answering any question, you're not showing that shiverness or afraid in your eyes that I don't have answered this question, I have not answered this question, maybe I'll not get selected. So what? I'm confident. Maybe some other company will hire me. That confidence you should have in your eyes. And if it is that there, then the interviewer will be happy with you. Okay. Presence means the meanwhile for 1 hour, whatever you are doing, uh, it should not be like a boring interview. You have to make the interview interactive and more fun. How you can do that? Maybe you are solving a particular problem and you are, you know, let's say one example. Let's say that I am writing a class. Okay. I'm creating a class and I'm just saying here, interview. This is the class which I'm creating. Okay. And what I've done here is I've just written a curly bracket here and I'm writing the program. Okay. I've written the whole program. And then later on, what I did, I removed this curly bracket from here and I just smiled and I just placed the curly bracket here. Can anybody tell me what I just did and why did I do that? Now, this is what is called as basically a convention which you follow in programming. Always, whenever you're writing a class, you should start your curly brackets from here itself. And earlier I didn't do, but I smiled and then I did this again. This will bring a smile in front of you in the interviewer also, because they know what you're writing and they know why you have changed this. Why you have changed this? So that interviewer will not get a moment to ask about this question. So you change that. And if this communication is happening, which is not even a communication, it's just that you smiled. If that is happening, you're starting a connection with the interviewer. And that's what is called as presence. And that interview will go very nice. Even then, suppose that you're getting rejected, but in front of the interviewer, you are a nice candidate, right? So that's what you need, right? Maybe they will refer you, or maybe you will get a number of that particular interviewer, right? It can happen. You should not ask, but बातों बातों में ऐसा हो जाता है that you can get a number of the interviewer. And maybe for his company you're not getting hired, but maybe for other company they can support you or they can help you. So if you want to get a job, you can get it anywhere from any place, right? So that's how you should be doing it. Yeah, currently most of the companies are not taking JD. Correct. That's why I did not wanted to tell that strategy, because right now many of the things are happening in a face to face, and I'll be talking about more virtual interviews, how it is happening, and what you should be mostly caring about in virtual interviews as well. I'll be talking about that. Don't worry. I know basics of C and Python. Uh, which language should I prefer for job? Python. Again, not a direct answer for you, Hemant. Why I'm not giving a direct answer to you? Because Python is the most demanded language. If you're looking out for job, you will get a lot of jobs who wants Python developers. Okay, so there's a lot of crowd here. That's why I'm saying Python. But if you have more interest into gaming development or game development, or you want to move into standalone applications, when you want to create when you want to help a company building its own application, go ahead with C. There'll be less opportunities, but you will enjoy the work because you like doing this kind of work. So one thing comes where more crowd is there you will grow. And one thing is your specialty, your interest. So try to find out where is your interest. I feel Python is my interest because Python is such an easy language and a very awesome language because you can just write one line and in minimal lines of code you can just run anything, you can create anything. That's why I love Python, and that's why most of the crowd is there. So yeah, C language is not my interest. I know it, I know how it works, I've created some applications, but still it's not of my interest, so I'm not going to go there. So likewise, you need to also find out which particular language is worth for you. Okay, I am just here to guide you. I'm not here to give you a full-fledged answer. Okay, so do not expect a full-fledged answer from me. I'm going to give you an idea, and then it's all upon you how you're going to use it. So, two things we have understood: Googling and project skills or presence. These are the special things which you should be having in your interview, right? We'll talk about these things more when I'll talk about interview day preparations. Right now, let's just remove it and let's move to the technology stack. Any doubts, please do let me know. Any questions, any uh, you have given some interview and you get rejected, maybe you gave a very good interview but still you got rejected. What can be the reasons you want to ask, or any such kind of questions, please do let me know. Okay, okay, so technology stack, what are these technology stack and what are companies looking for? Okay, now companies are not looking for multiple languages for you to know. Earlier this was the case. Okay, earlier was this was the case because many MNCs used, understand the logic. Okay, in all these five things, in all these five topics, I'm going to give you a logic. So please understand that logic, why companies do like this, why companies hire you in multiple roles, why these things happen. I'll tell you everything about it. So if you're a fresher, okay, most of the MNC companies which will come on for on campus or off campus, they will be asking for multiple languages with you. Okay, because they want to see in these 4 years of engineering what all things have you learned. You have learned C, you have learned C++, you have learned Java, you have learned Python, you have learned SQL, you have learned a database. These all things you have learned and you have a very good knowledge in this. They will hire you. Let's say some of the company, some of the top MNC company has hired you, but you will not be knowing where you'll be working. Your particular domain or your particular job role will be graduate engineer trainee, or maybe um, software engineer. Okay, so what these, or maybe AET is also one role. I'm not sure what is it full form, but there's one more role such as that which is given to all the graduates. So this kind of roles will be given to you, and uh, they will also not tell you whether you what in what language you will work. So you are just halfway of understanding what job role you just got. You just know the half of the work. You just know that you are a engineer and you're working in a top MNC company. You do not know on which language you'll be working. You do not know what future it will take you, where it will take you. You do not know anything about this. So it's very important that in your interview you do ask a question to them. You do ask that from these skills which I know, I'll be working on which particular language. I'm very sure they'll be able to tell you that this you will get to know in once you will be deployed, because they don't want you to leave this job. So they will mostly give you two things. Either they will send you to a testing department or to a development field. This development field will have any of the particular language based on their request, right? So if they have a more demand in C language, you're going to do development in C. If they have more demand in Python language for one project, they aren't going to throw you in Python. If they have more demand in database, they are going to throw in that. Most of these things happen there. Okay, now how you are going to evolve. So if you're going into development with C, 1 or 1.5 years you're going to work with that company in C programming language, and it's very obvious that you're going to love that then, because you are now very good in C programming language. You can do anything. You have worked for 1.5 years, giving your whole strength and sweat into that particular programming language. Now you will forget about Java, Python, SQL. Okay, But here around, when you will work with one particular company, when you will work around one development project, you will be working with SQL, you'll be working with front end, you'll be working with most of the things, right? But when you will switch, you will be getting a C job itself, and then only you'll be getting a hike. So your whole journey, your whole future, your whole career will be stick to only C language, or maybe C sharp, maybe C++, not more than that. Okay. If you are not willing to change the stream, if you are not willing to change the domain, then suppose if it is Python in the starting, then the whole career will be on Python. Maybe if you want to move to data science, you can move because Python is connected to data science, so you can move. If you're in testing, you will be into manual or automatic testing. And if you want to switch, you can't switch to development field because you have to again upskill yourself for development because your experience is in testing. So what I'm saying here, I'm trying to say that multiple languages will give you a lot of different possibilities, but it's gonna be a hard situation for you later on. This is what is gonna happen to you if you know multiple languages and you're writing it in a resume, and later on companies will be having an option for you. They'll be like, Arey, he knows Python C, I can put it in this project, I can put him in this project. They'll just throw you in some of the project. They'll not even ask you whether you want to do this project or not, whether you are interested in not, right? They will not even tell you that, maybe you are thinking that you want to work with Python, but they are taking you to in C. So you can request, you can say that, sir, I want to move into Python projects. Do you have any? They will do it, right? But if you're not asking, because most of the freshers are very shy, they won't ask. So if you're not asking, you're going to into C, right? That's why many people do tell that in the technology stack, keep one particular language as your main domain. Like mine is Java. Okay, mine is Java. Like that, you should have one stack which is Python. Okay, not only Python, if you know C, keep that as your main domain language. Others, you know it, that's good, but main domain language is Python. So if you are in an interview, tell that I want to work in Python environment, I want to work in Python projects directly, right? So that's how you should be. Okay, and that's how you're going to get more roles in your future, because you have chosen your own language. That's where you wanted to work, right? Not like other people who have just been driven, correct? So that's what is the technology stack. Hi Soumyadip, I know C++ and Java. Is it enough to crack the job interview, or should I focus in other languages? It's enough. It's enough. If you know C++ and Java, know in the sense, not like only the basic concepts, okay? If you know C++ and Java, that means you have designed some projects based on it, you have worked on it, you know the internal structure of OOPS concepts, you know how does it work. Like, it's not just that the definition you know, it's also the practical implementation of all those OOPS concepts. If you know all these things in your C++ and Java, you can go ahead and crack a job interview. Okay? If you're in love with that language, go ahead and take a job in that. Nobody's gonna stop you. Many myths are there that Java jobs are not there, C++ jobs are not there. It's not like that. Still, there are companies who are using Java, who are using C++, who are using Python. So there's no such thing. Even if you search in Naukri, even if you search in LinkedIn about, just search there Java developer, you are going to get a list of Java developers job. So go ahead and do that. Don't get focused on any other thing. If your friend is doing Python, let him do. You know Java, you are strict into it, you are talented in that, you know about it, go ahead and do that. When time will come when you want to move to Python, then your company will itself tell you. Your company doesn't work how you will tell, right? Your company works in their requirements. So if the company is having, let's say in 2020, the company was required to work in Java, they will tell you to work in Java. But let's say in 2021, one project came which is based on Python, they will tell you to jump to Python. They won't tell you to be there in Java, right? Because they need you to work it in Python. So you have to learn Python. They will help you in that. They'll give you trainings, and you will have to now jump to Python. So it's all upon luck, it's all upon where you will get into. Okay, but if you're very strict, if you're saying that no, I want to have my future in Python, stick to that. uh, Hi Shreyas, they send me to infrastructure domain cloud. Yes, that's what happens, right? Even if you're not interested, they are going to send you there. But sometimes it is very useful for you, sometimes it's very bad for you. So cloud is a good thing. I don't say that Shreyas, you're doing a very good job there. Cloud, you have a very high future scope there, right? AWS and all. There are a lot of things which is going on in cloud infrastructure right now. So if you're learning that, take that, go ahead. Do not see your friends whether they are learning data science, Python, they are earning a lot more than you. Don't do that. One time will come when you'll be in that zone also, right? So cloud is also one of the great field. So currently I'm working in .NET profile. Is it possible for me to get into SD profile like PayPal, uh, which work in Java? Okay, again, same thing. I'll tell you, Gaurav Somani. So SD roles needs a lot of preparations. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you are experienced or a fresher, but SD roles do takes a lot of efforts. Okay, so DSA and all of your experience will be asked here, right? Here you'll be having 5 to 6 rounds, as I talk about PayPal. If you are saying, right, right. So if you are doing in a .NET profile questions will be asked to you, right? They will be asking you these questions that which projects have you worked on? What are the challenges have you faced? How did you overcome with that challenge? What did you do to overcome that challenge? And what is the most depressing situation in your whole experience of working with .NET? These are the questions which they'll ask you. They're not asking these questions to get an answer from you about working with .NET, or do you like .NET or not. They just want to see what was your approach to that problem and how did you face that problem, right? If you'll say that I got this problem and I just asked my particular manager that, hey, I'm getting this problem here, it's not getting solved by me, can you just pass it to anybody else, then nobody's going to select you, right? Obviously, because that's the same thing you will do in their company. So nobody's going to hire you. So you have to frame your question in such a way that you did a really great job and you have gained a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience in that field. When you worked there, you got a lot of limitations and drawbacks and problems, difficulties, and you faced it. And now you have reached here. So these questions should be answered in such a way that it should impress your interviewer. DSA, you have to prepare for it. And also one of the programming language you have to take. .NET, if you're taking, take C, right? Or C or C++ will be working fine, because I think, Gaurav, you must not be knowing Java. I'm just assuming. I don't know. Do let me know if you know Java. But if you have C programming language, attach it with DSA. Try to solve questions based on this from lead code or others, and do again two questions per day and start preparing for SD. You can get SD role in PayPal itself. Okay, because you have a profile of .NET developer, so you can get it. Anybody can get into SD developer roles. It's just your way of hard work. Okay, I'll take another questions as well, so please to put down. And I hope you understood what I told you about technology stack. So please be strict with one language, take one language and keep it for your whole future. Work with it, right? Okay. Any other questions? Please do let me know. Let me check if any other questions are there. Okay, one second. I want a job in a good startup. What are the things I have to do? Chandan Kumar Shaw. If you want to work in a good startup, what you have to do, you have to have the skills. What is skills? What the startup wants. Startups are always very frank about what they want. And if you give that, they are going to pay more than what they're offering. So if you have these skills and those skills will help them achieve their task, then nobody's going to stop you in getting in startup. And in startup, there is no much jhanjat. Like there is no such rounds like aptitude and all of these things. They're not something like that. They'll just take one technical knowledge round. They're just going to ask you some silly questions. They're going to ask you some coding questions. If you're trying to solve it, they're trying to see the communication skill, if you can talk to international clients or not. That's it. So if you have these skills, you can get in startup. Getting inside in startup companies, you only need to work on concepts, not basic concepts, but advanced as well. Again, understand the logic. MNC companies are having a lot of money. They have a lot of employees. They want more employees. Okay. Even if those employees are not trained enough, even those employees are just knowing basic concepts, they will hire them. Why? Because they have a lot of money. So they can train them, they can make them such like they will be skilled now, and they can start working for them. That's what MNC follows. But when you talk about startup is having less money. They want to get those candidates who are very, very efficient. So not lot of employees, less employees, but effective ones. Those employees who will give everything to this company, right? Those kind of employees they hire. So they have a very difficult round. They have a very difficult kind of interviews where they want to check everything. Okay, because you will not be given any trainings here because they don't have money. You will not be given any guidance because they don't have money. You will be directly working into a project live. Okay, and they will pay you a lot because whatever money they have, they are just using it for the employees. No trainings, no other ये सब वगैरह, right? So this is the concept behind MNC in startup. So for startup, you have to work more. You have to be prepared more than MNC, because once you're on campus, you can get any particular silly boy can get hired there because they're not asking so many questions there. Just basic questions, solve one or two programming language, coding problems, done. You're getting hired. That's what happens there. When startup, they're going to just kill you with asking questions. So that's what you need. And I hope I've answered this question. Chandan Kumar Shaw. Pedada Gopal. On what level should I know a web development project for interview? On what level should you know about a project, web development project? By deploying it. Till the time you deploy that particular project. So if you have created one particular e-commerce website, if you deploy it, people start using it, people start complaining about it, that it is not working, or maybe it is having some of the very bad user interface. Till that point, you have to create your website. Till that point, you have to create your projects. Okay. Why? Again, let me give you an example. Suppose if you have created your portfolio. Okay. This portfolio link you have shared with me. I opened it and I've seen a lot of portfolios. In your portfolio, I'll be seeing the same things: skills, about us. Maybe you have given a different architecture. Maybe you have made it more attractive. Maybe it will make my eyes look into it for hours and hours, right? But I will try to find a mistake. I will always try to find a mistake. I'll try to find that somewhere he must have done some mistake. Let's find it out. That's how interviewer thinks. That's how interviewer thinks. He's not gonna just check your resume and just gonna scroll. Okay, fine, you have done something and that looks good. That looks good. No, he's going to take each and everything and is going to take out one or two mistakes from there and is going to ask you the questions based on that. That you have done a good job, then why this one or two mistakes? Can you tell me how to solve it? And that's where you have to tell the answer. So if you're moving into, if you're going till here, if you're reaching till here where you're judging your project, you have to judge your project. You have to judge as an interviewer that what kind of project have you created? Is it self-satisfying? Is it that much good? And there are so many ways how you can judge. Post it on LinkedIn. In LinkedIn community, you will be getting some comments who will tell you whether this could be much more better, or whether it is bad, or whether some updates can be done in this portfolio. Do that. Second, give it to your mentor and ask some questions like, I'm your mentor, give it to me, I can suggest you something else, or what updates you can do. So till then you have to uh, till this level you have to create a web development project. What type of questions are asked? Questions will be asked on this project itself, like how you have done this, what challenges you have faced while creating a portfolio project or whatever project you have created. If your challenges you have faced, then how you have sorted it out. When they will ask how you have sorted the challenges which you faced, you have to say, I googled it, I found the solution, and I did it. Whatever is the honest answer. If you have asked for a senior, tell that I have asked a senior. Do not just blabber that I'm very smart, I just figured it out and I did this. He is gonna tell you that no, you are telling a lie, because he's already a developer. He knows what question he's asking, and he knows that you won't be able to do it. You have to research about it, you have to google about it. So don't be over smart. Okay, try to tell, try to be very honest, try to be very frank in front of the interviewer, try to say what is true. Okay, and that's when you will be able to crack an interview. Okay, do not think that interviewers are stupid and you are over smart. No, they have experience, they have seen thousands of candidates like you, so they have a lot of experience. Okay, good evening, Raja Rajput. Hi Nitish, sir, now I'm in second year, tell the roadmap please. Second year, go ahead and learn web development, start creating some projects, start deploying some projects, some website, some e-commerce website or some portfolio, something, just deploy it. And after that, start learning DSA. If you want to move into product-based companies, and if your interest is in working in product-based companies, working with one of the programming language, around some logic, playing around some logic. But if your interest is around data analytics or playing with data warehouses, databases, SQL, MongoDB, go ahead and jump to data analyst, right? Do not do this DSA kind of thing. If DSA interests you, then only go there, guys. Everybody has, it's not mandatory that everybody should go to DSA. It's not only about money. I know everybody's thinking about money. FANG companies, they need DSA. We are going to move into DSA. Not that. It's just that what interests you, what makes your interest move into. If you want to play with data, there also you have money. If you have data science, there was everywhere. It's just the work which you do, right? So do that. I also tell you about one more thing about money, how money can be increased even if you are not getting a pay in your full-time job. How you can get that, I'll tell you about that. Sir, how and where to find startup jobs? Please tell, sir. Startup jobs. See, there are a lot of websites. I've already explained you this. Cutshot, AngelList, Hirist, Knock. This is my experience from where I have got. Indeed, you will say Naukri Indeed is not working so well, but because because you guys are freshers, that's why. Once you will have experience, then you will see how Naukri is gonna recommend you, how Indeed is gonna recommend you. They're going to give you a lot of jobs, a very great jobs. But for freshers, these are the ones which you can go ahead and apply. Okay. Thanks, sir. I have one more question. What does a backend development interview looks like? Like if I have done backend development in Java, but if a startup is working on Node.js, so how can I? So can I apply for it? Uh, Now, basically, backend development, the questions which will be asked to you is basically on working with data parsing and all, right? They'll just give you one task. They'll say that I have this data in JSON format and I want to pass it to, this is the most famous question basically, but there are lots of other questions as well. So they're just going to ask you that, I have this data, I have this in JSON format. I want to pass it to my front end part. So please show it in my web browser. This data is, I want to show it in my web browser. Or maybe they will give some data and they'll say that put it in the database using Node.js. Or maybe link Node.js with database. These kind of backend questions they will ask you. So not anything related to HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but mostly into backend. How you going to deploy anything? how you're going to use APIs to work with it. Uh, in Node.js, Express.js, they're going to mainly ask the merge stack kind of questions. How you're going to use merge stack, how you're going to use React and all together. That's those all questions they are going to ask you in that case. So many people say that tier 2, 3 college students are not given managerial positions later in their career. Is it true? I don't think it's true. Okay. I have one of my friend who has worked with who was my friend with me in my college, and now he's in a managerial position. He's a technical lead basically, not a managerial position, but yeah, technical lead is mostly like a managerial position, right? So it's not like that. And I'm from a very basic tier 3 college. Okay. So again, this is not true. It's all depends on your skill and experience. And experience plays a very important role, guys. Here when you talk about managerial role, you should have an experience where you have handled a bunch of 5 or 6 employees under you. You have told them how to do work, what to do, the next day what you have to do, all those things. If you have that experience, then only you'll become managerial. Now this case can be true, Krishna Pratap, that other people are saying that tier 2 through the college students are not given managerial positions. Maybe because those people in 3 years of experience doesn't have any skills on managerial round, like how to manage people. They just have spent 2 or 3 years in just developing something and under some guidance. They have not come up and did something which will say that I handled a bunch of people. Okay, that's why they're not getting. But I don't think there is anything related to tier 2 or tier 3 college. You will be able to get it. Okay, there's nothing like that. So I'm 2020 pass out, can I get job now in IT sector? Yes, you can. There are friends of mine who are from 2018 pass out and they're still looking for job. They're still looking for job. They're learning DSA and they're planning for product based companies. So it's never late. You are just around 20 pass out. I have my friend who is in 2018 pass out and they're still looking for job. They have some experience, but still they are just taking a break and they're looking for job. So it's never late. You can get a job. I'm a web developer. If I see job openings for iOS development, should I apply for them? Nisha Mane, again, it's all upon your interest. Nisha, if you want to move into iOS development, you know what is it, right? You know what work you'll be doing. It's mostly into mobile development, right? Web development is totally different with that. If you have skills on web development, if you want to use it, if you want to work with web development, if you want to have a future in web development, stick to that. You will get a lot of offers of mobile development with a lot of higher package, right? But you should have the skill also, right? And you have the interest also. If you don't have the skill and interest, what you will do with that money or what you will do with that skill? Maybe you will go to that particular company and later on you'll finding out that you're not getting interest in that. You're earning, you are doing work, but you're getting bored. You're not creating such things which you wanted to create. And time will come when you'll face that, because money is not everything, right? So web development, if you are being there and you have some experience and you are very fond of creating something new every day, and here maybe you'll get less money, but every day will be interesting day and you will learn a lot in this field, right? Sir, I'm in BCA third year. Should I join company which signs a bond? Vivek Kumar Gupta, if you're in third year and somebody is telling you to sign a particular agreement, uh, there are two logic to this. Okay, there are two scenarios. First, they want you to sign a agreement because they want you to be with them for at least 2 years or for the specified amount of time. Okay, you should not be able to leave them within 2 years. Whether they are pressurizing you, you're getting frustrated, you have to be there for 2 years. Okay. Second thing is that increment, whatever is gonna happen, will not be much enough because you have signed a 2 years bond. They know that you will be there for 2 years here. Even if your performance is good, I don't care, because you have to be there in this company for 2 years, right? These things happens in most of the MNC companies, political kind of thing. And yeah, this is very frequent. It does happen. Nobody can say that, nobody will say that this doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It does happen. And uh, I will suggest that don't go to a company who is making you sign a bond, because if you're signing a bond, that means uh, you are in their terms and conditions. So it will be like something like, you know, even if you're not liking the job, you're still there. Maybe, after 1 month you're not liking it, then what you'll do? You have to be there, right? And you can't just say that, I'm not liking the job, still I'm just staying there because I've signed a bond. That's not a valid reason. So please do not join those companies who are signing a bond. I never joined it. I got a lot of opportunity from some of the companies who have signed a bond, but I did not do that. Right now, these companies are having a new rule. Okay, the new rule is that they'll be giving a joining bonus to you. This joining bonus will be very handsome things. Okay, it can be a 50,000 or 1 lakh or 2 lakh. And this joining bonus you will get in the joining day itself. The first day or the first month salary itself, you are going to get that directly. But in the agreement, they will write that with the joining bonus, if you are leaving the company in 1 year, this joining bonus you have to give back. So you'll be again in shock that why should I give back? It's my joining bonus. But no, this joining bonus is linked with your 1 year agreement. So they're not actually signing a bond, but they're just including this in the agreement itself and revolving around naming it as a joining bonus, right? So yeah, these all are fancy things which companies do. If you like it, go ahead and do it. I'm not against it. Go ahead and do it. But yeah, it's better to join a company which will not be having any terms and conditions, something like this, right? Uh, because you're working there and you are doing their work. It's not for free, which you are doing, right? And if you're not liking that environment, it should be totally free for you to leave that company, right? So how to find a mentor mate for interview preparation, please? LinkedIn, Nitish, LinkedIn is the right place to get a mentor. Do not hesitate to message anybody or send a connect to anybody in your LinkedIn network. If a person who is a tutor or a trainer and he's also a developer in one of the company, try to just message him and tell them that I am following you, I'm following your videos, and I'm just interested in learning some basic things and I want to get a job. Just make him a mentor. It's not going to tell you anything. It's just going to tell you that if you have any doubts, come to me. Whenever you have any doubt, go to them and connect. That's how you're going to do it. And if you are think that you're shy, you're not going to go to LinkedIn and you're not going to connect, you're not going to go ahead in your life. I'm telling you that. So shyness, remove this. If you want to connect with world, you have to be very confident in connecting. Okay, bring your connections, increase your connections in LinkedIn network. Try to send connections to all those people whom you want to follow and you want to become like that. Try to follow that and try to message them regularly. Try to just ask them that how is your day and can you just help me in this particular situation. So they'll just tell you their free time and they will be able to help you. Okay. Krishna Pratap, what was that part, increase in pay? Yeah. So you will not get any increase in pay because you will be having a bond, right? Okay, Krishna Pratap, that was the question about a managerial position. What was that part, increase in pay? What did I say in increase in pay? Did I say something increase in pay? I do not remember. Sorry, just leave it, okay? Or just go back and try to see the video what I told. I do not remember what I said. Okay, let me just complete this. If you have any more questions, please do let me know. Otherwise, I'll move to my next topic. So ask yourself. So basically, you have to research about the job role, right? That what is the job role? Where whatever job role is given in the JD, you have to understand what is that job role, what task you need to do inside that company. That's things you need to follow. Okay. So whenever a company is requesting you or calling you for an interview, try to first find out the JD, try to find out the job role, research about it, and also keep a habit of rejecting these JDs. Suppose you know Python SQL, but you don't want to become data analyst. You want to work in a web development field. If data analyst role is coming, try to ignore them, because you are very sure that I want to become a web developer. Then why you want to move into data analyst? There will be so many things which will be happening around when you are looking for a job. There'll be so many companies which will come and just say that, hey, can you become a software assistant for my company? What is this software assistant? You do not, you are listening to this particular word for the first time. So go ahead and research, or ask that particular person, what is this software assistant? Can you tell me what is this? What job role is it? Is it a development position? Then why is it named as software assistant? Okay, try to question, try to reject some offers, try to, these things basically will help you out in building yourself. Okay, next is you have to read the roles and responsibilities thoroughly, all the roles and responsibilities which is given in the JD. I've already explained you this. And don't get trapped in the job role which is mentioned. Let's say the person is writing software development. After that, when you move into the company, they are throwing into your cloud structure. They are throwing, that is also software development, but in a cloud field. You don't have any particular idea about cloud, but you're working as a fresher in a cloud field. You have no interest in that, but still you're working. So ask about that. Try to get an idea what kind of work is that. Do not just get into the job role position. Okay. Research about the company in detail, not only from the JD, but also in their website. Every company is having their website. Research about it, what revenues they have made earlier in the previous year, how is it going, whether that startup is raising some funds or not, whether it is generating revenue or not. If that startup is not working well, startup has been opened from 2011 and right now it's 10 years, it's still called as startup. What is the use to join that company? Okay. Startup has been opened in 2019 and it has been done a great job and is one of the best startups. Join it. Right? If you are willing to join a very basic startup which is having only 10 to 15 employees, join it, but make sure that by next year it should build up. It should not go down. It should increase revenue, not decrease revenue. Because if it decreases revenue, then your profile will be waste. Okay. So think about those when you're joining the company. Compare your skills with the skills mentioned in JD. Okay. These things are something which you should ask yourself. Now we are going to move into start preparing. So how you're going to start preparing? You have got the JD, you have got all of these things, and how you're going to start preparing? First of all, you have to find that jobs or the company name in some of the platforms, right? Let me name it. Glassdoor. Search it there. What is the review about Glassdoor? Go to interview section of Glassdoor. Okay. Go to two sections in Glassdoor. One is review. Check out the review and also go to interview section of that. From reviews, you will get an understanding of what kind of people are there putting up all the reviews and whether the reviews is above 4.0 or not. Interviews, you will get a different kind of job roles. People will be writing their own experience, what questions have been asked and what was the answer of it and whether they got selected or not. With this, you will get 20 to 25 questions. You will be already in hand, you will have 20 to 25 questions because those 20 to 25 questions have been asked by the interviewer in this company. So you have something to prepare for yourself, right? Get that. Then next, how you can prepare? Go to LinkedIn. Follow people who are from that company. Follow them. Don't matter whether you're getting rejected or whether you're getting selected. Follow them. Follow the HR. Follow the company's CEO. Follow the company's website, the page of LinkedIn, and keep yourself updated about it. Whatever posting has been done, keep yourself updated about it. Okay. Let's say one example. You're going into LinkedIn and one of the company, let's say PayPal. Okay, PayPal is one of the company. You have one offer has come to you for request of an interview, you're preparing for the interview, you went to its LinkedIn page, you found out that these people are also looking up for profile who is an illustrator. Okay, creative design illustrator. Okay, and why did you got to know about this and how this will help you? How this will help you? Let's say in your interview you're talking about this particular PayPal company and you are just communicating with your interviewer, and just in case something interviewer have told, and you just said that, hey, Manish, I just got to know that you're looking for an illustrator, right? And I have one of my friend who is a very good illustrator and he's searching for a job. So it'll be really good if you can interview them, no matter what, if I get selected or not. But I want, I want to help him. So can you just pass his resumes to the HR and can you follow up? If you do that, what's going to get in the interviewer's mind? That you are following PayPal, you are following it in LinkedIn, you are following that what all job roles I want, what all job roles PayPal is looking for, and you are helping them. So you're in a positive way, and it's gonna impact you as well. Even your interview is not very nice, even if it's just average, you're going to get placed in that company. So these small things make your presence very nice and very effective. So try to do these things in your interview, which makes interviewer smile. Not only smile, but in the back of the mind, he's thinking that okay, he's a great guy. He can help a lot in my company. He will be making my company profitable, right? That's what you have to do. Next thing, when you start preparing, you have to get down the company details, the CEO, the location, revenue, all of the details you should be having. I don't know in this era anybody asked these questions, right? Nobody asked these questions, but you never know. They can ask, like, do you know our CEO? And it's just normal talk will be going on and he'll just ask you, do you know the CEO? And if you say no, then how does it look like, right? So get an understanding. If he says that, can you move to Bangalore? And you're saying, is your office in Bangalore also? And you'll be like, so those things you should be knowing about, right? Also, company's website. Go to company's website and try to read about its awards and recognition. Every company will have its awards and recognition section. What is this? This is basically an area where there are all awards and different things are there. So Forbes 50, whether in Forbes 50 this company name was there, or for in Forbes 100 this company name was there. So these things also you need to have a look upon. I'll tell you why. Do you know this question in an interview? They ask you that, uh, you know, why do you want to join my company? Right? And this question is very, very famous. They do ask you, why do you want to join my company? As a fresher, they will ask you. For experienced people, they won't ask you because they know that you're experienced and you know you have tackled these questions, so they know about it. But for freshers, they do not know. So for freshers, they'll ask you, why do you want to join my company? So these are the things which you have to say. This is the thing, awards and recognitions, right? You have to tell that, your company is in coming in Forbes 100. It'd be really good if I join that company because it will give me a boost up and to work with you guys. And once I work with once I work with your colleagues and all my colleagues, then what will happen? I can make this particular company profitable, right? And I'll plan accordingly and I'll make this particular awards or recognitions more into this company. I'll contribute to this company. When you say these words, then and you list some 3 awards, then interview will get to know that okay, you have gone through my website, you have done a lot of research, and you are very frank about it, right? You are prepared about it. You have just not wasted time, you're just sitting in front of me. You have done something and then you are here. So that's what actually gives you a lot of benefits, lot of extra points which other people are not getting, you are getting, right? So that is what is something which you should be knowing. Next thing, mutual friends always help. What is this mutual friends? If you have a friend or a senior, these people can refer you in a company and you can get directly inside that company. Maybe some of the rounds will not happen for you, okay? Because your friend, your mutual friends, uh, you know, work is really nice there. And if they are referring you, that means they know that you are also good enough. So they are going to just have a technical round and some simple rounds, and you're going to crack it, and then you're going to go ahead and work there. So these are some of the things which you can do, and I hope you understood whatever I said. Okay. How to generate revenue aside job? Do you mean uh, how to get a salary beside job? Do you mean the part-time workings? Do you mean freelancing? Are you talking about those things? Please do let me know, Hemant. Yes, Narasi Mulu Dopati, please ask the question. You have a doubt. Sir, what type of projects are good for product-based companies' resume? Nitish R, I have already explained this. What type of projects are good for product-based companies, right? If you're into web development and DSA, a full-fledged website will be very good. The website of your own, which you have created, that will be really nice. Or a clone of any website, right? A clone of any website or a portfolio project. These three things will take you to any particular product-based company, and you'll be able to, again, that project should be having a use of backend, front-end API, uh, JSON, Ajax, database, front-end development, everything. Full-fledged website, that is what is full-fledged website, right? And that's what product-based companies want. They want you to work in real-time scenarios. If you're just giving them a web page which is not doing anything, it's not behavioral, it's not doing anything. Even if the interviewer is clicking on one of the button on the web page, it's not even working. It's just created using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That anybody can do. Even a small kid can do that. Then why this product based company will give you 35 LPA only for that particular project, right? So create a project which will have everything inside it, and you will face challenges when you are doing that. You'll start Googling, you'll start facing challenges, you'll start getting in trouble, right? Those projects will help you in your product based companies. Okay, cool. Part time. Okay, so to generate revenue aside, to generate part-time jobs aside, understand, let's say that I am skilled in HTML, I'm skilled in CSS, I'm skilled in React, skilled in JS, skilled in Python, skilled in Java, skilled in C, skilled in C++, skilled in C sharp, skilled in Swift. uh, I have these many languages to which I'm skilled, okay? And uh, I am into a company where I'm in a development position. I'm working as a developer. My salary is 5 LPA, let's say, okay? Now, besides this 5 LPA, what is happening? I am working for 9 hours, but the other time when I'm not doing anything, I'm just free, and I'm too lazy at that time because I don't watch series. I don't have any work, okay, and I want to use that particular time. So I want to use this 2 or 3 hours of time somewhere, right? Now these 2 or 3 hours will change your life in your future. Now understand a very basic fundamental thing. Whenever you're doing a developer job, right? That's your full-time job which you're doing. Other than that, you have to do a side hustle. What is this side hustle? This side hustle will increase your skill in some case. It will give you some challenges, and it will give you an earning. You have to find that kind of side hustle. Okay. Now let's say you have not trained anybody in your life. You have not trained anybody in your life. You don't have that particular patience to keep talking about 2 hours. It's been 6 hours that I'm taking sessions. I started from 4 p.m. I took 2 hour session for mixed projects of JavaScript. And again at 7, I started this interview preparation tips and tricks 1. And then I started again at 9:30 tips and tricks part 2. How can I do that? Because I am interested in doing this. I am interested in talking. I'm interested in giving solutions and helping others. That's what is my interest, right? So I'm building upon this. I know this and I have learned this how to do it. Okay. Earlier in my college days, I was very shy and I did not even speak to anybody. I can't even speak English. That's how I was. But now I'm something different. Correct? Now that's how you need to do. You need to give a challenge to yourself that what I don't know, what I can't do, let's do it in this 2 or 3 hours. So let's say you are not very straightforward, you're shy, you're very introvert kind of person. So what you can do, you can apply for a job where you have to speak a lot. Let's say training. There are a lot of companies, there are a lot of ed tech companies who are hiring part-time trainers and giving them a basic amount and to teach something to other people, maybe kids, maybe graduates, maybe corporate employees, anything, just 2 to 3 hours. Once you do that, you are increasing your skill. In which way? Communication skill. You will build up on that, you will find challenges on that, and you will earn. So on that 2 or 3 hours, you're not wasting your time, right? It's not about money again, it's about building something for you. Okay, let's leave this training part. Let's say on your side hustle, you want to, you are a very good artist. You can design anything using Procreate or Illustrator. Procreate or Illustrator. You are very good in this. You have an iPad, you have Instagram profile where you are preparing these all things. You are a very good sketcher and artist. Use these 2 to 3 hours in this place. Try to find a part-time job as an illustrator. Give that 2 to 3 hours there. What's wrong in that? You're increasing your skill, right? So there are a lot of jobs which is there and we do not know. Guitarist, again. So these are some things which you can do. How to become good at searching right things or to googling accuracy, because we sometimes tend to lose in searching. This is a very good question because I just explained in the beginning of this series, of beginning of this particular session, what is googling, right? And how you guys gonna face problem in googling, because you guys think that googling is what, just try to put down one question and you're going to get the answer. Google is going to tell you everything. But no, you're not going to get any particular answer. This will happen to you. Let's say you're in your first job and in your development, when you're doing some development, you got stuck somewhere. Okay, one day you have spent in solving this problem, you have googled everything you have done, but still this problem is not getting solved. You are stuck here. But after one day you went to your senior and you said that hey, can you please help me, I'm getting this problem. He also doesn't know about it, but he just took 1 hour, he googled about it, and in 1 hour he came to you and said that there is a solution. Why he is being able to do it and why you didn't do it? You got stuck. Maybe he is experienced, maybe he knows how to research in Google, maybe he knows what are the special keywords which you write in Google that will give you a perfect result. This result from where he got the solution, maybe you also opened it, but you thought that this is not the correct result. You thought that maybe this will not give me this solution, but this senior person understood that this is the result, I have to just change some or the other thing and I'll get the solution. So in this way you need to think, and this will only come with practice, nothing else. Okay, it's only come with practice. When you are searching something, the keywords which you have to write, which actually SEO engine does it in Google, you will only do this and understand this when you are very close to Google. Right now you guys are freshers, you don't open Google, you just open LeetCode, solving some questions, open YouTube, checking some tutorials, open VS Code, trying to do some web applications, creating some applications. Did you ever Google? If you have any doubts, you will try to ask it in Discord if you're connected with anybody. So you're just asking it. You're not solving it on your own. Try to find a solution on your own. Try to use Google, and that practice will make you come that. Okay. Can we do a full-time job and part-time job simultaneously because companies don't allow to involve in any other form of employment? You can do it. There is no problem in that. Okay. I will suggest you can do it. Most of the companies do tell you to do it. You must be knowing there are companies who allow you to create a YouTube channel. You can. There is also an employment, right? YouTube is also something which where from here you're getting earnings. So that's also, but no particular company is telling you to stop it. Uh, Amazon did, but that's okay. But yeah, there are some companies who doesn't have any problem. They are very fine with it. There are very less companies who does allow it, but yeah, there are some companies. Also, even if it's written in agreement that don't do some other employment or do chill, you can do it. If you are willing to do it, if you want to do those things, you can do it no matter what. But yeah, those 9 hours which your full-time job is telling you to do, go and be there 9 hours in that job. Do whatever you want after that 9 hours. Okay, it should not be like you are just doing uh, crazy things in your full-time job because of your part-time job. Your part-time job is stressing you out, and that it's impacting in your uh, full-time. That should not happen. That should not happen. Okay, if you have only 1 hour to do part-time job and you can give only 1 hour to it, give only 1 hour. Don't stress yourself. Okay, if you don't want to do any part-time job, don't do it. It's not mandatory. If your friend is doing, you also want to do, no, that's nothing. Keep it simple. Health is most important in that case. You have awesome speaking skills. Thank you so much for your detailed suggestions. Thank you, Hemant. I just want one thing from you. Please tell other people also that they should see these sessions, because these are some of the things which nobody is going to tell you, even in LinkedIn, even somewhere else, because they don't have time. Okay, we are here explaining because we have time, and we are here to guide you for these things itself. So it'll be really good if these things can reach out to most of the people, so that they will be able to know that there are some people who are trying to give you these informations as well, which nobody's gonna give you. Okay, because these things you will understand once you face it. I faced it, that's why I'm experiencing, that's why I'm telling it with you. If you'll face it, then only you'll get to know. But before facing itself, I'm explaining these things. Okay, next questions. I will take it. Calm down. I will take it, but just wait. I have some things to complete. Very, very important things. To just give me 1 minute of time. Okay. Yeah. So in start preparing, I have told you 5 points, right? Which is for non-technical preparations. Now I'm going to tell you 5 points for technical preparations. So for technical preparations, how are you going to prepare for yourself? Basic concepts. Okay, basic concepts is one of the thing which you should be having, right? Second thing, if any of the interview experience you want to have, go ahead and check out YouTube. In YouTube, you'll find a lot of experience from people who are doing Amazon interview experience, Microsoft interview experience. Go out and research about that. Try to give at least 1 hour to this YouTube, right? You'll get a lot of learnings from there. Another thing, that practice solving scenario based questions. That's I have already told you. Next thing is very, very important. Next two things are very, very important. If you're a fresher, here I just told you about something, right? The basic concepts I told you. The next thing is basically whatever questions they're asking, either it is theoretical or practical, whatever you are explaining, right, make sure that you are explaining in a very good way. It should be in very easy and simple words. I know many people, what they do is they are very frequent in English. They're very good in English. And interviews, what they do, they try to use some harsh words or very difficult words, which make the interviewers something like this. They'll be like, why is he showing that much of attention or giving so much of attention to English? It happens. Okay, so this is also a positive thing, but a negative thing as well. So try not to use many difficult words, because you never know how your interviewer mood is, right? Anything can happen in that case. Maybe you are very confident in using English words, but he is not very happy with that. So it can happen. So please use easy and simple words. Explanations should be very simple. Even if you are explaining a very tough thing, you have to explain it in a very simple way so that the other person can understand what you're saying. If he's asked a very complicated question, you have to make the answer as simple as possible. Because if you're again going to give it a hard answer, he's going to be, what have you told? I did not understand anything. You don't want that reply from the interviewer, right? So that's why your particular answer should be in a very simple way. Like when I explain something, I explain it in a very simple and a basic format, like even a kid can understand. Many educators in this channel does that, right? To explain it in a very beautiful and easy manner so that you guys can understand. That's how you need to explain to the interviewer. Okay, if an interviewer doesn't know what is a function, you have to explain them what is a function in a more simpler way. Okay. Next point which I want to tell you, the fifth one, is do not forget the core basic concepts of your stream. If you are from ECE, do not forget the core basic concepts. Here, basically what they're going to tell you, two questions they're going to ask you. First, they're going to ask you some questions related to your core branch. If you're not going to answer that, then they're going to judge you. They'll say, 4 years you are learning this and you have no explanation on that. You want to move to IT where you have just experience of 3 months in which you have learned Java. How should I hire you? Why should I hire you? So you will not have anything to again reply back, right? So please make your core basic concept so that you do not get stuck in those kind of situations where you're not being able to answering. I got stuck in this situation. Somebody asked me what is semiconductor and I was like, I know what is semiconductor, but I'm not being able to explain to you right now. So this particular thing came to me as a return back. So obviously I did not get placed there. This is the reason why I'm saying about this. Okay. So make sure also the projects which you have designed, let it be an IT one or let it be the related to your field. Project's description should be there. It should not be like you have just written one project. You have not designed it. You have just put down there. Don't fake like that. Project description should be there. They can ask you to mention some of the code from the project. They can ask you what challenges did you face in that project, and do not think that interviewer is stupid. He won't be knowing that how this project is created. They will be knowing. They can ask you directly which all components have you used, which all languages you have used, what things you have used. It can happen that interviewer is also a ECE student. You are also an ECE student. If you are telling that I have used a register, he will be knowing whether register is used, it should be used here or not. So be very honest whatever you are saying in your project section. Do not just be faking about this. Okay. That's how you can do your interview preparation. Now I'm going to go back to my comment section. I'm going to take out, after comment section, I'm going to talk about clearing the interview round. This is your interview day preparation or clearing the interview round. That's what I'm going to take out. Okay. Let's see in the comments if I got any particular thing. Your points are very well researched. Thanks, Shreyas. I have been telling this to many of these students in my earlier years, and that's why I have this many knowledge about it. The whole point makes a logic, right? Every point makes a logic. Companies, why they ask these questions, every question makes a logic. That's why it is making an impact. Okay, Murgesh Patil, what is situation for long term in IT industry? Because after experience, people lose value as they expect more money for work. Then companies would prefer freshers as they will do less salary. Skill. Increase your skills every now and then. Even when you will have your son and you will be leading a life, you have to keep on increasing your skill. In IT, this is what is mandatory. Even I think recently one meme also came that it was saying that people in IT is still upskilling himself or herself to be paid, right? IT is like that. You have to upskill yourself every now and then only you will be getting paid, and that is the harsh truth of IT industries. Okay, You have to be skilled enough every now and then. Even if you are, when you are 40 or 45 years old, you have to be skilled enough. So experienced people lose values as they expect more money for work. It's not like that. Yeah, many people does that. Experienced people do ask for more money, but obviously because they're skilled enough, right? They're asking more money because they have experience on that. They have spent the last 15 years on working on that field. Though they will ask money. Even I, when I'll be 45, 50 years old, I'll be asking more money on just teaching these interview guidelines. For just teaching these interview guidelines, I'll ask some more money because I've been doing this for last 15 years. So why not? It's the experience which you are gaining, and it's the experience which gives you money in IT industry. Okay, and it's the skill. So you have to keep on adding skills into your list every now and then. Okay. What does an interview of 1 or 2 year experience look like? Same as that of fresher, same type of questions. Krishna Pratap, I'll just guide you in this. So for experienced one or experienced person, if you are 1 year or 2 year, there are a lot of changes which you will see. I'll just explain you what changes. This is a very good question. Please be there. I'll just explain this. It's a very good question that whether, once you'll have the experience after 1 or 2 years, you'll face the same kind of questions, or whether these questions will be different, or what will be there. Let me just tell you. So after 1 or 2 years of experience, the interview which you have faced in your freshers, obviously that's not gonna be the same interview which you are going to face after 1 or 2 years. Take it, okay? Why? Because in this 1 or 2 years you have worked on some of the projects, right? You have worked on detailed, right? You have done a detailed work on those projects. So in this interview, what questions they are going to ask you? They are going to ask you some very simple questions on that language. Let's say you have experience on Python from 1 2 years. They'll be asking some different questions on Python. They'll be asking on questions on projects what you have worked on. These questions are those questions whose answers you already know. You just have to frame it very perfectly. Okay, you have done the projects, so you must be knowing how does that project work. You are the part of that project, so if you have faced any challenges, you will be able to share with them, right? And once you say that, once you do this, once you finally all finally cover all the questions of Python. Let's say they're going to just tell you that a task they will give you on Python, right? They'll give you some data and they'll just say that do some things here in this particular data, right? Some task they'll give you. If you clear that task, if you clear this questions of project section which you have done in your last 1 or 2 years, getting placed. Nothing else. They're not going to ask anything else. So it's very easy. Also, let's say you're not being able to do this task, right? This task you're not being able to do. You'll be very chilled. You'll be very confident. You'll say, "हाँ जाओ, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए." You'll be like that. You are very confident. There are many other companies which can hire me because I have been working for this company for 2 years and I have experience what is Python, where is it used for. Maybe some other company will find good in me and they will hire me. So two things will change in your perspective. First, a very great confidence will be there in after 2 years. After 2 years, you'll have a great confidence inside you. You'll not be shy. Okay. And you'll be much more confident in giving all the questions, taking questions, asking doubts, clearing the interviews in a very happily manner. Like if you'll go back 1 to 2 years back, when you will think that how I was sitting in front of my interviewer in my freshers time, that's not going to be the same situation here. So even if you're not getting placed, you'll not be worried. One more thing, when you're changing, when you are switching a job, do not switch a job uh, before leaving a job. I mean to say, if you're in a job, you have left a job, and then after 1 or 2 months, you are getting another job. Don't do that. Don't do that. You be in that job, search for a next job, get that job offer later, and then put up the resignation here. Okay? Do not put the resignation if you don't have a job in hand. Don't do that. It's very risky. I'll tell you that, okay? It's very risky. If I do web development only, will I will be applicable to apply for SD jobs? I don't think so. I don't think so, because most of the SD jobs do prefer and do ask logical questions. Logical questions only will be able to explain in a DSA part. If you don't have any understanding on DSA, it's not going to help you. Okay. So DSA is must for an SD. Even your SD, if you're becoming an SD in PayPal or such kind of companies which is not of Amazon range, still they are going to ask you DSA questions. So this is very important. Only web development will not help. How to answer behavioral questions? Do new companies wait for previous companies' notice period? Krishna Pratap, do new companies wait for? Yes, they wait. They do wait. Why not? If say, right now there are no companies who are having 3 months notice period, and it's been many, they have been complaining that there should be no 3 months of notice period. Right now most of the companies are having 2 months or 1 month, or right now many companies are there who are only having 15 days of notice period. Okay, notice period is what? Notice period is something which, the time where you can, whatever task you have done for this company, you assemble it and give it to them, or maybe you complete your task within that month, right? So I feel that if you are going into a different company, and your current company is saying that you have to be there for 2 months, I think 2 months is again more. So what you can do, you can just say that you have planned something for me, right, for this month. So I'm going to complete this task. I'm going to complete everything, all the formalities. Please leave me within 1 month. You're going to keep an offer. Once you do that, if it's satisfied, your current company will let you leave in 1 month, and then you can go ahead and join the next company. Okay, the new companies will wait for you, even if your current company is saying that no, you have to do the notice period for 2 months, the new company will wait for it. But try to negotiate, because you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to be in that company, because when there is a notice period, those 2 months is not actually required. Those 2 months is just for that current company to grasp all your energy. So they will give you more work, and they'll just tell you that do this, and then go, because you're good at it, and they don't want to lose that opportunity. They want to use you for your work, and that's why they want to keep you in that time. Most of the good companies do not have notice period of 2 months, and I really like those companies. Okay, so yeah, anything else? Otherwise I'll move to interview day preparations, because it's already late. Yeah, I mean DSA plus web dev. Yes, Abhishek Singh, that's perfectly fine. If you're talking about DSA plus web dev, you're good to go to get inside a SD role. I'm talking about projects in web dev. Yes, you can create projects in web dev. Only doing projects in web dev will help. Okay, DSA के लिए आपको लीड कोड के क्वेश्चंस या कुछ क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने पड़ेंगे रेगुलरली, टू गेट अ हैबिट ऑफ, सो दैट you can clear the first round of SD or the second round of SD, क्योंकि उसमें DSA पूछा जाता है इसलिए. भैया प्लीज कंडक्टेड फ्रंट एंड डेवलपमेंट मॉक इंटरव्यू ना, इट विल हेल्प अस लॉट टू परफॉर्म इन एक्चुअल इंटरव्यू. निशा, आई एम प्लानिंग इट इन द फर्स्ट वीक ऑफ दिसंबर, क्योंकि अभी बहुत सारी चीज़ें प्लान्ड हैं. आई हैव टू टेक रिलेवल टेस्ट का पेपर, आई हैव टू टेक बूटस्ट्रैप एंड टेलविंड, सो इट्स बीन अ वाइल. I want to bring much more audience, because right now only I think 10 or 20 people are joining my sessions. I want more candidates, क्योंकि अगर मैं कोई फॉर्म निकालूंगा तो आई वॉन्ट टू सी 10 or 20 फ्रंट एंड डेवलपर रेज्यूमेज देयर. अगर उतने रेज्यूमेज नहीं होंगे तो वो सेशन अच्छा नहीं बनेगा, राइट? दैट्स वाई. एसडी में क्या काम करना होता है? कृष्णा प्रताप, एसडी में वही काम करना होता है जो आप सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट में करते हो, बट बेसिकली देयर दे वांट दैट यू शुड कम अप विद अ वेरी गुड सॉल्यूशन. सो अगर कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम है, अगर कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है, इफ इन सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट यू आर फेसिंग एनी प्रॉब्लम, they will call you and they will say that you solve this problem with a good approach, ओके, बट इंटरनली सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोडक्ट्स ही बनाते हैं आप लोग, और सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट ही करते हो आप लोग. सो क्लाइंट विल बी हैविंग सम ऑफ इट्स प्रोडक्ट्स एंड यू विल बी क्रिएटिंग their products. Okay, so you'll be developing their products. उसमें कुछ challenges आएंगी which you have to solve using DSA का rule और web development के some of the concepts. That's what is your SD role. Okay, let me just complete this session by talking about this last thing, the interview day preparation. So interview day preparation में आपको क्या करना है? Revise the basics. ठीक है, रिवाइज कर लो सारे बेसिक्स, राइट. रिवाइज द बेसिक्स इन द सेंस, बेसिक्स वो नहीं फॉर लूप, और फॉर लूप तो पूरा घुसा रहना चाहिए माइंड में, दैट तो यू शुड हैव इन योर माइंड. बट रिवाइज द बेसिक्स इन द सेंस जो ऐसे कॉन्सेप्ट है जो इंटरव्यू में पूछ सकते हैं, जो बाकी स्टूडेंट्स को पूछा गया है, वो सारे रिवाइज करो. नेक्स्ट, कीप अ नोटबुक हैंडी. एक नोटबुक रखो अपने पास, पतली सी नोटबुक, जस्ट लाइक अ शीट ऑफ पेपर और समथिंग, समथिंग लाइक दिस. ये मैं हमेशा रखता हूँ, जस्ट समथिंग लाइक दिस, जिसमें आपको सब कुछ लिखा हुआ रहे, उसमें सारे बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट में सब कुछ लिखा हुआ रहे. दैट विल रियली हेल्प यू बिफोर 1 hour ऑफ इंटरव्यू. दैट विल रियली हेल्प यू लॉट. सो नेक्स्ट थिंग इज डू नॉट टेक स्ट्रेस. स्ट्रेस नहीं लेने का. क्यों? क्योंकि बहुत कंपनीज हैं इंडिया में, ऐसे बहुत कंपनीज हैं जिसमें आपको जॉब मिल सकता है. ऐसा कोई भी कंपनी नहीं है जिसमें आपको नहीं मिले और आप रोने लग गए हो और यू आर टेकिंग स्ट्रेस. डोंट डू दैट. There are a lot of companies, there are a lot of opportunities. It's not that if you're not going into a fine company, nobody is gonna hire you. You are getting hired in PayPal, Ola, Uber, Zomato, any such kind of companies. You can, right? And those companies are not doing bad. They're doing really good, right? So do not take stress. It's not gonna help you out. It's just gonna demotivate you, nothing else. Also, I don't know why people don't do this, but I'm just writing, is always ask questions to the interviewer. हमेशा इंटरव्यूअर से कुछ ना कुछ क्वेश्चन करना है. अगर आप क्वेश्चन नहीं करोगे इसका मतलब आप शाई हो. इंटरव्यू विल थिंक दैट यू डोंट हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस, यू आर गेटिंग अ जॉब, यू आर अप्लाइंग फॉर अ जॉब, यू डोंट हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस, हाउ कम? आप अपना पहला करियर पे स्टेप रख रहे हो एंड यू डोंट हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस, हाउ कम? एटलीस्ट सम क्वेश्चन, एनीथिंग लाइक व्हाट विल बी माई फ्यूचर इन दिस कंपनी, मैं 2 साल के बाद कहाँ हूँगा, या मे बी मेरा सैलरी इंक्रीमेंट कब होगा. आस्क एनीथिंग, बट प्लीज आस्क समथिंग. इफ यू कुछ भी सिली क्वेश्चन पूछने से अच्छा है कि आप कुछ भी सिली क्वेश्चन ज़्यादा अच्छा है अगर आप कुछ नहीं पूछ रहे हो. ओके, नाउ क्लियरिंग द इंटरव्यू राउंड. सो क्लियरिंग द इंटरव्यू राउंड, व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स यू नीड टू नोटिस हियर. What all things you need to notice here? Identify common topics. Common topics कौन कौन से हैं उनका एक लिस्ट बना लो, right? What are the common topics? Avoid excuses. Avoid excuses. जो भी excuse आप दे रहे हो, you are saying that in an interview, if you are saying that I'm not gonna, I don't know it because see, let's say that I'm just asking one question to you. Let's say, what is polymorphism? Right? And you are just thinking, you are just making some faces and you are just saying that मेरे को पता था but I'm not able to do it. Don't do that. Always remember, if you are not being able to answer it, just say I don't know. Okay, just say directly I don't know in a very calm manner with a smile. I'm not recalling what was it, or I don't have any idea about it. Just say like that. Even if you know in the back of the mind but you're not getting a proper answer to answer it, don't say it. Okay, so don't give excuses, don't make faces there. Prepare on your favorite topic. Okay, many times for freshers they do ask your favorite topic. Let's say if you know Java, they will ask you directly what is your favorite topic. So prepare on that, क्योंकि आप वो चांस छोड़ना नहीं चाहते हैं. If you are getting a chance to explain about the favorite topic, इसको तो आपको एकदम ऐसे जवाब देना है जैसे कि यू हैव मार्क्ड इट अप, राइट? डू दैट. वन मोर थिंग, रिमेंबर आई टोल्ड यू दैट यू हैव टू बिकम फेक एट वन प्लेस एंड यू हैव टू बी ऑनेस्ट एंड इन एवरी अदर प्लेसेस. ऑनेस्टी आपको हर जगह दिखाना है इंटरव्यू, फेक आपको सिर्फ एक जगह होना है. आई टेल यू वेयर यू हैव टू गेट फेक्ड. सो suppose you have been asked about polymorphism or maybe abstraction, maybe inheritance, ठीक है? और ऑब्वियसली फ्रेशर्स को हमेशा यही लगता है कि आई विल मग अप दी definitions of this from my textbook or maybe from any of the tutorials. I'll just mug up the definition and I'll speak it in front of the interviewer. इंटरव्यूअर को पता चल जाएगा कि आपने मगअप किया है, क्योंकि इंटरव्यूअर पहले से बहुत सारे ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स को देख चुका है जिसने मगअप करके. ओके, सो यू शुड नॉट say it in a mugged up way. We know, you know that you have mugged it up, but don't show it to the interviewer that you have mugged it up. When you are telling the answer of or the definition of polymorphism, abstraction, or inheritance, or any kind of this question to the interviewer, you have to behave like you're faking it what you know. So just like if I talk about polymorphism, you have to just say that it's something. Try to do this. Try to do this because you know the answer in the back of the mind, but you're just framing it in a different manner. So you're just faking it. Here you need to fake it. Okay. What is abstraction? So if in a class we don't have any of the, if you have any of the method which is not defined and just declared, then that method becomes abstract. And if any particular, at least one particular abstract method is there in the class, then that class also becomes a abstract class. If you're telling like this, something in doubt, something very sure, then you are faking it. And then only they'll get to know that you have not mugged it up. But behind, back in the mind, you know the answer. Okay. That's what you can do. Also, very clean and crisp resumes. Clean and crisp resumes in the sense, जो चाहिए resume में वही होना चाहिए. कुछ अटर पटर इस वक्त मत डालना, कुछ भी इधर उधर का नहीं डालना है. अगर नहीं नीड है परसेंटेज डालने का, कॉलेज का नहीं मन है, 56% है, 65% है, don't want to put that, don't put it. Okay, nobody's gonna ask you that you don't have your engineering numbers here because nobody cares. They just care about your skill. Skill डालो भर के, projects डालो भर के, and you will get everything. Okay, so also one more last point, keep your projects and internships. Projects or internships very very important, right? Projects और internships बहुत important है because वो सारी discussions होंगी interview में, because interviewer needs to talk about something and project is one thing which they like to talk about. So I'm just gonna remove this. One second, I'll just take some questions and then we'll finish this session. Okay. Where do you work? Krishna Pratap, I'm doing freelancing. Okay, I'm doing freelancing as a developer. I'm not working right now. I'm just taking a break. So it's just a break for me. I'm just spending my me time right now. And it's very important to do this when you're into IT. It's very important to get into a break time because you want to get you want to do something different and just leave all the extra things which you are doing earlier. So I'm just taking a break right now. I'm just doing freelancing, developing and helping some clients to work of their whatever they are giving me. I'm just doing their work. How to stop comparison with others? Krishna, how to stop comparison with others? Don't be very positive. That's what you need to become. So if you're looking into your friends and if you're thinking that they're doing great, they're into FANG companies and they're earning a lot, and you are thinking you are not doing things, they're also 23 years old, you are also 23 years old, they're in a very high position, but you are not, it's just not your day, or it's just not your year. Maybe next year, it's your year. Okay? So सबका एक time आता है, and for that time to come, you have to prepare a lot. You have to do hard work, right? उसने hard work किया होगा, and that's why they have reached in that stage. So you have to be very confident and very positive in these cases when you're comparing. When you're comparing, it's good to compare because comparing boosts up your confidence, right? Even my friends are there who are earning a lot more than me. So what happened? I'm happy with them. I'm happy for them. You have to think in that way, okay? And sometimes will come when I'll be earning more than them, right? These things you have to think about yourself, okay? So I hope these all things really help you a lot. Please give me a thumbs up if these things really helped you a lot, right? And these things were required to talk about. It will be really good for me that if you can get a thank you or a thumbs up or a piece, anything will work. So Krishna, Nisha, Abhishek, um, Shreyas, Murugesh, if you have learned something from these sessions, then please put up message in the live chat. And also please do let me know if you want some more sessions like this, right? Because in the previous session I talked about some other topic, and this session I talked about how to crack a technical interview, right? So different topics are upcoming, and maybe I'll try to bring tips and tricks 3, where I'll be talking about how to start coding, or what are the different job roles available in tech market, all those things, right? So thank you so much, guys. And please give me a thumbs up that you want me to bring up tips and tricks 3, and I'll bring that, right? So thank you so much, guys. Please join the Telegram channel, which the link is in the description below. And please join that so that you can get notifications about our sessions, when a particular educator is coming live, at what time, with what topic. All those updates you'll get here. And also please do subscribe the YouTube channel, which is CodeBeyond, because if you hit the notification bell, you'll get the notifications about the other videos as well in your YouTube app. Also, please like and share. Do not forget to do that, because most of the people who are not knowing about these things, they will get to know about it, the inner things about companies. So please do share it with other people as well. Thank you.